Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
So check it out. The D6 Squad has merch now. We got hoodies, tees, mugs, whatever you need. Check it out. Link in the description. What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So before I get into the Giants, the merch just came through today. Check it out. Pick it up if you want to. If not, I enjoy your support on the channel. But I'm excited. This took a long time to come through. Lost the package, all of that stuff. But enough about that. The Giants have a chance to either go to the playoffs or get the 3rd overall pick. Or if they win and miss out, they'll probably be picking top 10. More than likely, if they don't make the playoffs, they'll be picking anywhere from 3 to 10. So the Giants have a chance to maybe take the receiver that could take Daniel Jones to the next level. Ignoring free agency because nothing in free agency is promised. We all want Allen Robinson. We all want Kenny Golladay. But there are teams like the Ravens that need a receiver, and they're ready to win now. They're in the playoffs now without that number 1 receiver. So just in the playoffs, forget all of those playoff teams. We're going to have a shot, if we lose this game, at Jamar Chase, who I think is the 2nd best prospect in this entire draft behind Trevor Lawrence. We might have a shot at Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith. Kyle Pitts is worth that top 10 selection. And first off, knowing that we could get that dominant number 1 receiver in the draft, do you want to win next week? Do you want to win next week? And if you do want to win next week, or if you want to lose and tank next week for 1 week, let me know what you think down in the comments. Who are you targeting? What position? What player? If you got someone in mind, let me know what you're targeting. Leave that down in the comments. Now that we're back, check this out. I want with every fiber of my being to beat the Dallas Cowboys, but I also in every fiber of my being want to draft Jamar Chase. Listen, I'm an LSU fan. I wanted Justin Jefferson. I wanted Joe Burrow, to be honest with you, but we already had DJ, and DJ's my guy in the NFL level. But the thing is, Jamar Chase, this dude, he would immediately make the biggest impact in my opinion, and he'd be a great consolation prize if we were to lose this last game. But I'm just going to keep it real with you all. The Dallas Cowboys are a rival. They're one of our nemesis. I can't root for us to lose to this team. I really can't. I can't. Like when the game starts, I can say all I want before the game. I can complain. I've been going on Twitter rant after Twitter rant, especially after that last game, about how the Giants need to draft Jamar Chase. I got it pinned. Check out my Twitter, probably right here at the bottom of the screen. Of course, when the video's over. But I got it pinned on my Twitter page of Jamar Chase routing somebody up. He's so good at the hesitation and go. But back to the game. As soon as this Giants versus Cowboys game starts, I'm going to be rooting for us to score every single play. So I'll just come to the conclusion, I can't root for us to tank because I'm not going to be able to do it. I just can't do it. And that's no shame to anybody that can. That's more power to you, but I just can't do it, especially against the Cowboys. I just couldn't do it. You guys might have the way that you want to root for the team, and we definitely need a receiver. And then to kind of dive into this game, Andy Dalton has kind of been on a tear. He's finally doing what we expected him to do when he first came in with all of these weapons. And Tony Pollard has been kind of doing his thing. Ezekiel Elliott saw that Tony Pollard was gunning for his job, so he stepped up and did his thing. There's been an offensive explosion, kind of part 2 from where they were at the beginning of the season. And Skip Bayless lets you know the stat every 5 minutes. They've turned the ball over 1 time during their winning streak, and they've forced 10 turnovers. And that is something to take note of. Now, the Giants they haven't really had issues with turnovers over the past couple weeks, but we also haven't been able to create turnovers and take the ball from the other team. So that's one thing that's going to be very crucial in this game. Another thing is stopping Ezekiel Elliott up the middle, which I believe that we can. But when he starts to attack those edges, even between the left guard and the left tackle and the right guard and the right tackle, and Tony Pollard with his speed on the edge, the Giants are going to have to be able to get one of these outside linebackers to finally be able to keep contained and force some of that back inside, because the defensive line is doing their job, but the outside linebackers and even the linebackers on the second level besides Blake Martinez and some of the safeties have been letting these teams get to the edges. And that's something that is going to make us lose every single time against teams that can run the ball. Now, Daniel Jones came out today and he said he may be healthy. He said he wasn't 100% healthy, basically. And I mean, am I mad that he said that? Not necessarily. I mean, who cares? If you can really see it on film, you can kind of see he's a step slower. But I'm thinking maybe he's healthy, or maybe he's trying to throw them off for their game. Maybe he's trying to catch them off guard. I'm not sure, but he's not running 22 miles an hour, I'm sure, at this point, and that's pretty obvious. But I do think he'll probably be able to be a better running threat than he has in the last couple of weeks, which that's meaning picking up those 10-yard gains, picking up 5 yards, picking up 6-7 yards on third down, when the team kind of bails out on him and they just leave that space open. I think he'll be able to do that. He tried to do it last week. The defensive line kind of closed out on him, but I think he'll be able to do that this upcoming week. This is a huge game for Daniel Jones, his first kind of win in your end game. I mean, it's technically not a win in your end game, but a lot of people are expecting Washington to lose. That's a toss-up with their defense going up against that rookie, but this is the first kind of do-or-die game that have playoff implications for Daniel Jones. So I'm looking for him to come out and have a good game. Play like how you did last week, except we get some catches, except the receivers create a little bit more separation, and you're looking at a 3-touchdown game and an entertaining game for Giants fans if it ends up being the last game of the season. And you're looking at maybe taking a team that hasn't been in the playoffs in the last 4 years back to the playoffs, which the way that the defense has played this season, if they could get back to that, you have a shot against anybody. Not saying this is a Super Bowl team, but you got a shot against anybody if your defense can play like how they've been playing. We're also getting Kyler Fackrell back. Darnay Holmes should be back. So I'm expecting this defense to play better than they've played the last couple of weeks. We've been banged up. And then along with that, DJ coming back on the other side and getting healthier and healthier, that's all going to be a factor. Pretty much, we're in a situation where Daniel Jones has a chance to prove himself, to play really above the numbers, and carry this team to what could be a playoff berth. Of course, if the Eagles end up beating Washington. And we also have the chance for Daniel Jones to give it his best and lose and get someone like Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith or Kyle Pitts or Jalen Waddle, one of those guys. So I think at the end of the night, on Sunday night, after the result of the Washington Eagles game, I think that we're going to be happy. Now, it depends how the game goes. If we get completely demoralized by Dallas, maybe or not. But I think at the end of the day, we'll be happy because we'll either be looking straight towards taking a receiver that's going to make a huge difference for us, or we're going to be looking at a playoff game. And I think either way is a win. Giants fans who are ridiculing other Giants fans for rooting for a loss, do you guys understand that our team has scored 24 touchdowns this entire season? I hope you understand that. There's reason for one in that point of view. There's reason for that. And Giants fans that are saying that if you want us to win, you're stupid, there's a playoff game. The Giants have not been in the playoffs in a while. It'll build culture. It'll give them experience. I know get experience. Go to the playoffs and get blown out. That's an experience, though. It's still an experience. Preparing for a playoff game, it's a completely different level of competition. There's a completely different level of focus, crowd or not crowd. That'll be very beneficial for this young roster, for many people who probably have never been to the playoffs. I'm not even sure. Maybe Kevin Zeitler early on in his career with the Bengals have been to the playoffs, but I'm not sure how many of these guys have actually played in playoff games. So that'd be a big thing. But on the other hand, I'll be standing right here with open arms. I'll be right here if Jamar Chase finds his way to the New York Football Giants, that's my dream scenario. It was my dream scenario since the beginning of this season. If we were able to, be bad enough to take them, and maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Jamar Chase, playoff game. Either way, I win. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. What are your goals for this game? What are your goals for this season? Who do you want to see back? Who do you want to see go? I'll probably have some videos up about that too, probably shortly after the game. And let me know. So if you made it this deep into the video, I'm calling you a D6 squad member. If you're a D6 squad member, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to turn on that notification bell. And listen, I make all kinds of content for NFL teams. So if you're not a Giants fan, don't worry. I'll cover your team. If I'm not covering your team, let me know. And have a good one.